My name is Zach Griffith. I am obsessed with hunting big game on their turf and their terms. When I need motivation to push myself, there's certain guys that I feel raise the bar. You're about to meet each of them. These are my hit list. Last week you guys got to meet my bow hunting mentor, Matt Liljenquist. Well, this week we're going to meet his. Matt's dad, Randy, is one of the coolest guys out there. He's a legendary archer who's accomplished everything you could possibly dream of with his bow. From polar bears to giant coos deer, Randy has been there and done it all. It's time in the field and years of experience that have built up Randy's archer's education. He still hunts with Matt to this day and has some awesome stories to tell. He's one of those reverent guys like a village elder that you just want to learn and absorb information from. He's super humble, very friendly, and an awesome guy to hunt with. If you thought we couldn't top Matt's man cave, get ready to check out his old man's. Here's Randy Liljenquist.
Old man, look at my life.
So the next guy I'm going to see is actually Matt Liljenquist's dad, Randy, and he's a guy that I've had the deepest level of respect for as far as bow hunting goes, because Matt learned everything he knows from him, and Matt taught me almost everything I know. So it's pretty cool, like the perpetual education there. Randy's just a quiet, soft-spoken guy, and he has hunted all over the world, harvested some of the coolest animals ever, and the guy's trophy room is mind-blowing. So I probably repeated a lot of that in the intro, but I'm going to his house right now, and don't have a ton of time, but I want you to see what an archer, accomplished archer, can do in a lifetime. Pretty dang impressive.
We're in slam of turkeys, but I'm after the international slam. I was supposed to go after a ocellated turkey here
Down in Mexico,
but I had a fight with a bobcat.
Yeah, so guys, this is Randy Liljenquist. This is Matt's dad. I just introed you a little bit. What happened with the bobcat?
No, I'd been deer hunting actually down in the place, near the place where I met you.
Right, down south.
Down south, and I'd been back in there all day long and hadn't seen anything. I'd been glassing from high places, and so coming back out, I found a nice little draw, and I knew there was water down the bottom of it. And there was a lot of Palo Verde and mesquite and rock in it, and I thought, well, I'm going to call a fox. And so I got right off the lip of the canyon. I started hand calling.
I already know where this is going.
I'd been calling about 20 minutes, and I was just sitting there kind of daydreaming. All of a sudden, man, I get hit right in the back of the head, and my hat went off, my bow went out of my hand. I turned around because I thought somebody had...
yeah, it felt like a person.
And anyhow, nobody was there, and I turned around and heard a bobcat about 3 feet in front of me, tangled up in this dead tree that I had got above it. And anyhow, I grabbed my bow and got my arrow back on. He ran up the hill and down the other side, and I went up and I shot him on the other side. And I ran across and I was tracking him down through to the bottom of the next ravine. I went around a big old bunch of brush they had gone into, and coming back, I looked and there's 2 blood trails and realized one of them was mine. So I took a selfie of me, and
oh yeah, and he cut your eye, and
he cut me underneath the eye, leading me to the bone here, and then but he got one claw right through the corner of my eye. I've got 5 stitches in my eye right now.
Little sucker, he went out with a fight, didn't he?
Yeah, it would have been neat for my grandkids.
So here, I know nothing about turkeys, but there's your turkey slam, and absolutely amazing mounts. Holy cow, that's beautiful.
You've got the ocellated, you've got the Eastern, or Rio Grande, I'm sorry, then the Eastern, the Merriam's, and the Gould's turkey.
Okay, so isn't the Gould's the real sought after one?
Mexico.
Mexico, right? You pay a lot of money for them.
Actually, I shot that in Arizona.
Oh, that's right. You can get them down south.
Yeah, I put it for a long time.
Those are amazing. That's a neat spread.
Yeah. And anyhow, I need the ocellated. That's the one
the really bright, like a peacock-looking one.
Peacock-looking bird. Yeah.
This is some awesome stuff, and everything's archery.
Everything's archery.
That's right. You did kill one muley with the rifle, I remember, from Idaho.
Yeah, I've got actually when I was a young kid. There's a couple of them in here that are killed. They're back on the back wall. One of them was killed by my brother, and one's killed by me.
Nice.
Yeah,
so is this the Sitka right here?
That's a Sitka blacktail. Yeah.
That's gorgeous cape. Wow.
Yeah. And then the one up there is the Colombian blacktail.
He's all, look at those bases.
Yeah.
Guys, that's a stud coastal blacktail. Like, that is a big one.
There's big ones out there, and one day I'm going to chase the bigger one, I hope.
This one's special right here.
My Coos deer, yeah. He ranks right up there on top of Pope and Young.
This is amazing deer, guys. Matt missed him.
In
January.
Yeah, I went back the next day. Matt opted not to hunt on Sunday, and I said, well, I'm going to tell where's that, and I went in and I killed him.
So, and then Matt ended up killing a 240 strip buck the same year.
Matt had gone back in and killed that. He wouldn't have got the strip buck that year, and he killed that huge strip buck, so it worked out both.
What a year for the family. Yeah. And you guys have sheds off this guy, right?
From 2 years.
He's 120?
No, he's about 118.
118 net, though.
Yeah.
See, these guys net score everything.
He wound up netting 119. He was 120 gross.
Jeez. Just a moose.
Yeah.
Unreal palmation. Yeah. Gorgeous buck. Great mount, too. Boy, they nailed it. That's what they look like. They got a big lumpy nose. And then that's a Texas whitetail.
That's a Texas.
It's a big 8.
Yeah, big 8.
What's he score?
He's just 150.
150, yeah. Which is huge.
Yeah.
Major main beams. Yeah. This one is unreal. That's a beautiful deer too.
Yeah, this is off the Ponce gun. I killed the mule deer off the Ponce gun years ago. Actually, the first animal I shot towards my Super Slam. I started the Super Slam in 1992. And I didn't count any of my old animals I shot. I shot everything from 1992 on.
So break down the Super Slam, because a lot of guys don't know what that is.
No, it's the North American it was 28 species. It's one of every species of big game animal in North America.
Holy cow.
But I finished my Super Slam in 2007. And then in 2009, they made the Tule elk 9th species.
And you just...
I just went out this last year.
And that was a stud, right?
Yeah, I shot a real nice Tule. Yeah, he's back for the awards banquet in Pope and Young right now. I don't have him here. So
did he act like a Rocky? Was he similar hunting?
Yeah, they're similar to Rockies. Yeah,
okay.
Just not so many of them. They're a lot littler. When you get one down, I mean, he looked like a huge bull when we walked up on him. He's not near the size of what we got.
Yeah, so. Cool. Is it nutrition or just genetics?
Just genetic.
They're just a smaller critter.
Coastal. They don't have the minerals and stuff over there that we have up in here. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is the trophy room of trophy rooms. I wish my girls weren't such stinkers. They need to see this. This is so cool.
A little scattered out. But.
Well, you got a lot to cover. If you don't mind, and we can just go right to... Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
It's a couple of Wolverines, right?
Yeah, these are a couple of Wolverines. I've got 2 of them with bow. I don't know anybody else that's taken 2. I've heard there's somebody out there with 2, but I don't know them.
What's it like hunting one? I mean, are you spot and stock them?
Yeah, well, I was hunting grizzly when they got them.
Of course.
I got one out of a tree stand. I got one running up a riverbank. So.
They're pretty big, man. Is that like 50 pounds?
Actually, that's about an average size one. I've seen some that are bigger, and I've seen some that are littler. So.
They're pretty ferocious, right?
Oh, yeah, they'll back down a grizzly, yeah.
Holy cow. So do they actually kill stuff, or are they more of a scavenger?
I saw 5 of them on a caribou they killed and just tearing them.
Just like coyotes. They just team up. And
they were all just each taking their meat and running and stashing it and coming back. And
wow.
Yeah, I watched them for about an hour.
Look at all those bear skulls up there.
Oh, those are javelina skulls.
Oh, piggies. I thought it was
bear skulls are down here on the floor, yeah.
Wow, you got tons of stuff. You picked up some neat stuff out in the desert.
Yeah, that tooth is a woolly mammoth.
No way, this
one out of Alaska. That's the whole entire, the little one and the big one makes up the whole jaw.
Wow.
That rock behind it is a femur bone of a woolly mammoth, and I got that out of New Mexico.
Do you just recognize them when you walk by? You know what stuff looks like?
I love hunting, but I love the outdoors. I love seeing what I can find, whether it's an arrowhead, whether it's a pottery, whether it's a bone. I love collecting sheds of any kind.
You just love being out there.
Anything out, yeah. It's one thing to hunt, another thing not to pass up what you're hunting when what's out there.
Matt said one of the glassing tricks he has is he just looks for sheds and then he ends up picking up deer as he's, micro tuning and scouring.
That's kind of a secret of his. I'm surprised he told you.
Told a lot of people on this thing. That's a good trick.
Yeah. So this animal down here in the back is an elk guy from the King's Ranch over in Texas.
Oh, cool.
I love hunting them. They're about like hunting elk. The meat is extremely good eating.
Beautiful. They're big, robust critters,
big, yeah.
Big shoulders.
Yeah. These buffalo are the bigger ones from House Rock up here in Arizona.
Oh, once in a lifetime, right?
Yeah, the Raymond Ranch. Actually, I bought that in auction tag. The smaller one's from Raymond Ranch in Arizona. I drew that, and then this one here is from Nacasari down in Old Mexico. They have a herd that's wild down there, and they roam all the way up into New Mexico. And I took that out of a herd down there.
Shaggy little bugger, isn't he?
Yeah.
They look a lot different in their capes. This is almost like a high country type area, right? Timber and everything.
But I love hunting buffalo. One of my favorites.
They're pretty epic, you know. They're a lot of history and
what North America was all about. Yeah, so
huge black bear, beautiful.
Yeah, that's a nice black bear. I got him I got one in that gun, one up on the Athabascan River up in Alberta.
Oh, right on. Same trip.
Yeah, he and I both killed one on the same trip. This is my interior grizzly. That was the last animal I got for my super slam. I hunted 97 days before I killed one with a bow.
How many trips?
And, that was 9 different hunting trips.
Holy cow.
It's hard. I passed some smaller ones up. I wanted a decent one. And that's the only female of a species that I've got. This is sow, but she's the largest one in the record book for a sow. She's an old barren sow.
She is long, you can tell.
Yeah.
So why so long? I mean, are they just tough?
She just hasn't got much hair on her. I shot her in September, 1st September. She doesn't have a lot of hair.
But you weren't begging anymore, or you were by then. You were like,
I was ready to, I just passed up a younger boar the day before, but it was smaller, and I didn't want to kill it. So
very cool.
But no, I was ready to get something.
Let's get your sheep real quick.
Okay, there's 3 of my sheep. That's the Desert Rocky and the Stone and the Dog. But my desert, I just got a cape for it. I shot my desert and left it overnight. Well, we couldn't find it, and found it the next day, and the coyotes.
Oh no!
Destroyed it. But I just bought a cape.
Tough to find them though.
Yeah,
a desert bighorn.
Finally, at the Arizona Sheep Bank, when I bought a cape here a week ago.
Full body.
It's a full body, but I don't want to do a full body. I just want a head mount. Unfortunately, I had to buy the whole cape to.
Yeah, that's a little bit more money, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are sheep guys. Matt's sheep collection is pretty dang amazing. Let's go check out. You got your polar bear and
polar bear.
Full body polar bear mount.
I went on a second polar bear hunt just before they shut it down, hoping to have a second one, but never saw a bear on that hunt.
My wife said, "How did he kill a polar bear?" I'm like, exactly. This is before they were illegal. You know, this is back in the day. Do you think it'll come back when you'll be able to hunt them again?
I think so. It's so important to the Inuits up there for their
economy and everything.
Economy and what they have, and I think it will bring it back.
Was he scary to hunt?
Yeah, it wasn't scary, but it was quite an episode when we got on him. We'd made a big old loop out of the camp and came back to our tracks, and he was tracking us. So we started following him.
I've heard that.
When we found him, he was about 200 yards out on the ice, but he laid down and was watching us, and we rested the dogs. We were on a dog sled, and we took off after him, and we got videos of it going after him, but he runs up to a big iceberg in the ocean. They were on flat ocean ice. And he stands on it for a minute and then disappears, runs right behind it. And as we come around it, he'd come back and he ambushed us. And he hit the first dog, or second set of dogs. He pushed the dog into the ice. He didn't kill it. He just
stepped on it.
Hair on it and bruised him up pretty good. But I rolled off the sled and drew back, and the musher hit the gi and locked it and took off a run, and the other was all
put it in park and left.
Get his rifle out of the scabbard. He was been videoing, so he didn't even have his rifle out. But the dogs wrapped around him, and when he finally turned and looked at me, and I was at full draw. Instead of coming, he turned, and when he did, I hit him and he ran up on the ice and piled up.
Oh, so single shot.
Yeah.
Close, was he? 20 yards?
7 yards.
Jeez, that's top pin, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was quite an.
Did your arrow blow through him, or was it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
So they're not any tougher than.
No.
I mean, they're tough, obviously.
Yeah, bears actually die pretty easy with arrows. Most of your outfitters up in Alaska will say that arrow will kill them faster than the rifle.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. But I've seen too many examples of it. So
we got to see your muskox real quick. Is that where is that Arctic Circle?
Yeah, that was actually up at Cambridge Bay. I hunted in September on dry ground. It's
huge.
Fair chase muskox. So.
Oh, so it was greenery. It wasn't snow.
Yeah,
cool.
Didn't have snow. It didn't on bare ground. So
Just a pile of foxes and bobcats. Like about 40 of them up there.
Yeah, there's javelina, coyotes, fox, bobcat. There's a lynx hiding here, but I didn't kill the lynx.
Ooh, cool.
A friend of mine from Alaska gave me that on the end of an unsuccessful grizzly hunt. But I had a lynx hunt booked this year too, and because of that bobcat deal, I wasn't able to go on either one of those two hunts. So hopefully I'll do them next year.
So this is Matt's buck. There's a replica.
That's Matt's buck. No, that's actually the real horns.
Oh, those are the originals. So he's got replicas.
He's got the replica in his place, yeah.
Matt's, I'll tell you, man, one thing I love about you two is you guys are best buds, you know, and it's always been impressive to me. You're with him in all his photos and you're his big inspiration. I think it's so cool.
Well, he was following me when he was young, but anymore it seems like I'm following him.
Yeah, he's a speedy, no doubt.
Yeah, he's grabbed it with both hands and feet and ran with it.
This is an absolutely amazing mount.
Yeah, that's my Canadian moose, and he's number 2 in the book.
I thought it was a Yukon.
Yeah.
What a slug.
Bigger than my Alaskan Yukon, yeah.
Oh, God, is he 60 wide?
65.
Holy cow. Look at the paddles on that thing. What a neat mount.
Yeah, so.
That's just, they're so majestic, and I love that shows him off.
Yeah, Mark Plunkett did that for me.
He's amazing. Did he do a bunch of Matt's sheep and stuff?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he did this mule deer and mountain lion for me.
Oh, cool. Let me get a look at it.
I went out to hunt mountain lions the 1st of January, and I was going to be gone 4 days. And I wound up killing that mountain lion on the first day, and I came home. And about noon that second day, my wife came up and said, I was planning on you being gone for 4 days. Haven't you got something else you want to hunt? I said, yeah, I do. So went up that evening, and I shot that deer, so I mounted them together.
That is so cool. Big old snakes in there.
Yeah, those are from Florida. One's from Florida and one's from Georgia. One's a big diamondback, the other one's a timber rattler.
Jeez. That's a great mount. Wow, that's beautiful. He had to have won some stuff with that.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever
entered it at all.
Yeah.
So you got any cool muleys back? I know there's one monster.
Yeah, there's
there's a
couple back there. Actually,
just show me which ones to film.
This one here is an Idaho muley, and I shot that as a young kid with my rifle.
The big wide one?
Yeah, the big wide one. And this one here, my two brothers shot it, and it's Boone and Crockett muley, and that's out of Idaho.
Not typical, right?
He scores, I think how they scored, I think they scored a non-typical.
So he's 230 something?
No, I think he scored in the 190s, but it has to be non-typical. They've been talking gross scores in the high 190s, maybe it's gross score.
He's a monster, man.
Yeah, he had short main beams.
Short beams, yeah, but big backs, huge backs.
A beautiful buck, yeah.
This is a really cool desert buck. I remember I've seen tons of pictures of.
Yeah, this one here I shot south of town 4 or 5 years ago.
Really cool frame on him. A lot of little extras and character.
Yeah.
Sure love desert muleys, man.
Oh, they're tough to hunt. I love hunting them.
They're haunting, aren't they?
They are.
We saw a real good one in January. I flew out, went for 3 days, and
that's it. You did, yes.
It was a slug. It was good enough that I'm going to go try to hunt it with my muzzleloader.
Oh, is that right?
I'm going to put in for that late muzz tag.
Well, I hope you get him.
I do too, man. His horns are about this color.
This is my woodland caribou.
Monster.
He should score, I think, number 3, I think.
Wow.
So,
just rubbed, right?
Yeah, no, he'd actually been rubbed for some time.
They just have a really red tint to them, huh?
It's what they rub on that makes them dark like that. So.
Oh man, that's beautiful. You're getting him mounted, right?
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I sent it in to Pope and Young. He should have went back to the Pope and Young Awards, but I didn't fill out the second day, the story on the second day, and they sent it back, and I didn't have time to get it back there. So he'll probably go on the next one if some monsters before then.
Look at these big coos deer. Ooh, you got some cool antelope. I don't remember that one. I like that freak. That's a neat one.
Yeah, I was hunting a real big one, and I passed that thing up 3 times before finding
He did you in.
Day I shot him, yeah.
That's one of those ones he's not going to score well, but you got to have one.
Something for character.
That's a real great big one up on top. Oh, this one's big too with the hooks. I didn't even know this.
They're nice. There's big ones out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, This is cool. Lots of deadheads.
Yeah, those are picked up. I think I've got a total of 17 or 18 heads that I've picked up through the years. That's guiding and hunting, but I hunt a lot of those sheep areas. Some of them aren't very good, and some of them are pretty decent. So.
Are these all nilgai?
Those are all nilgai, yeah.
Wow, you really like those.
Oh, they're fun to hunt.
They're beautiful. I'm going to overlay some pictures so guys can see them. That's a smaller cat, right?
Yeah, it's a smaller cat. I've shot a few cats.
All spot and stock, pretty much, right?
No.
Oh.
The cats are mostly dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know some guys in Arizona get a spot and stock cat with their bow, and it's pretty dang cool.
I missed a few that I should have gotten. I'm still trying to get a good spot and stock one.
That's a monster.
That's a barren ground caribou. He came off of Kodiak Island.
Wow. Not super heavy, but just tons of horn.
A lot of length,
yeah, tine length is awesome.
Yeah.
So, what's the best tasting of the caribou and all? I mean, I heard they're delicious.
Oh, I think to me they're all the same, but they are good. I like them all.
They're all really good then?
Yes, they are, yeah.
So what are these all? Which ones are?
You've got the Central Barren Ground, this is you've drawn a blank. This is my Quebec Labrador.
Okay.
This is a mountain caribou. This is Central Barren Ground caribou. This is a woodland caribou in the center. And this is a barren ground caribou. And this is a mountain caribou down here.
Oh, wow. So that mountain's really heavy up there.
Yeah, I got those two mountain caribou. So.
Couple blacktails?
Yeah, both blacktails, yeah. No, one's a Sitka. I'm sorry.
This is a Sitka.
Sitka there, and the other one's a blacktail.
Look at the horns. Those are chocolate, man. He's got
shot that one and that 4x on the same trip.
We need to. My wife and I want to go do that.
That's a great hunt. You need to do that.
I've heard it's very fun.
Yep, it really is. This is my Shirus Moose. I shot that in
Holy crap! What a stud!
Colorado here 2 years ago.
That's a stud. You're getting him mounted, obviously.
Yeah.
Is this a nilgai cape?
This is a nilgai cape, yeah.
Yeah, I need to. These things are neat. They look like they're on steroids. They're so buff.
They're addicting. Matt had never hunted one. I took him out last year, and he kind of played with them. Then he finally killed one, and now he's hooked. He wants to go.
The thing about exotics is a lot of guys that haven't hunted them have this preconception. You know, just because there's a fence, that doesn't mean they're holding still for
There's
you.
no fence on these.
Oh, these are totally holy cow!
wild.
How do they not?
They got 30,000 of them running wild down South Texas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I figured they were all just on a ranch somewhere.
No,
Well, even cooler then.
Yeah.
I should have known you guys wouldn't wouldn't stoop. No, I know you're not. It's not. You would never say that.
I've never killed a high fenced animal.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
This is the most beautiful mount ever.
Yeah, that's my Alaskan brown bear. Matt videoed that, and that was a lot of fun. One of the most epic hunts that Matt and I have done together. It was so much fun. So.
Scary or just exciting?
Just exciting, yeah. Fun.
Is your bear bigger than Matt's?
No, his is bigger than mine. Everything he shoots gets. I shoot something, he sees how big it is. When he goes out,
You set the bar and he raises it, just like father and son. That's a gorgeous back end. That's a good old Arizona bull.
He's got Boone Crockett top. He's just not that wide and has short fronts, but a nice bull, yeah.
That's a stud. Is it? What's the story with this one over here?
Oh, I shot him in northern Arizona, and I actually shot him and hit him too high on about the 4th day of the hunt. And I kept hunting looking for that bull, and about a week later I found him again, and I snuck in and killed him.
Nice. It's pretty cool to close the chapter on one you tagged. So if you don't mind, I've actually told about 100 people about this baby javelina, and a lot of people have never seen one.
I did not kill that baby javelina. I found that thing froze in the Mustang Mountains. They had a big snowstorm, and we went down there to hunt deer and javelina, and I was going up through a little rock ledge of a little cliff-like deal, and stepped on something. I said, "What's that?" And I pushed the snow off, and it was that baby javelina.
It's so cool.
So
Yeah, they're so neat looking.
I
You
had them mounted, yeah.
never seen one up close, but they are adorable little buggers. This is pretty cool. Did you get that with your bow?
Yeah, I shot the year I shot the brown bear.
Jeez, that is such a
shot
big
one.
one.
Matt actually shot 2 of them on that trip.
Are they any tougher than grays or easier?
I'd say they're a little easier than grays. days. Yeah.
Just because they're no less pressure on them, or
I missed a black fox up there and cut hair out of him. And I wish I'd have got him too.
I've seen those. Those are neat.
Fun. When I go to Kodiak Island, I want to hunt the deer, but then I want to try and kill a fox while I'm at it. And the season doesn't open until September 1st, so if you're going up there,
Keep your eyes open. Do you have to buy a tag for them?
September, huh?
Do you have to buy a tag for them, or they
You're
just
allowed to.
just
with your hunting license.
cool?
Yeah.
Very cool. And you got? Is this an off-range oryx over here?
Yeah. I shot that over in New Mexico on Ted Turner's ranch.
Oh, right on. Was he spot and stock, or
Spot stock.
are they tough to kill? Like, I mean,
They're pretty tough, yeah.
I know they got good eyes.
No, they do. They got very good eyes.
Such a
My brother
neat
videoed
animal.
me on that one. He coming behind us, but there's a couple of guys that had been there a week before I got there, and they wound up shooting with a rifle. And here, after I shot that, I brought it into the cooler down there, and I was with Dean Lippert, the taxidermist from Tucson, and we had it in there, and this truck pulls up, and these two guys get out, and they're talking. We had shot an antelope and the oryx, and he said, "Who's the oryx on there?" And I said, "That's me." And they said, "Well, I hope you brought a rifle." And I said, "No." Look at this, and they pulled their legs up, and they're just scarred, just scabs from. He said, "We've crawled, we've done everything we can." And Dean Lippert opened up the cooler and said, "Well, there's his right there."
With the bow already done.
I couldn't believe I got it, but it was tough. I mean,
There's not a lot of brush out there, right? I mean, it's very open.
He had bedded behind a bush, and I mean, we went a mile around behind him and snuck in behind him, and I had my brother behind quite a ways with a
Shoot embedded?
camera. No, I grunted, and he jumped up. Well, I grunted 3 times. The third time, he just bailed out of there, and he just hesitated for a minute, and just enough time to shoot. And in the video, you can see when I shot, he just busted, but it caught him too far back. But he only went about 200 yards and piled up.
It's nice.
They are very tough to hunt.
Pretty tasty.
Very good.
I've heard that, yeah.
No, I'd shoot another one just for the meat.
That is a big lion up there.
Yeah, that's a nice cat. Trying to think which one he is.
Killed so many of them, you really have. He's a big bugger. Look at that. That's a beautiful mount.
That's my goat, yeah.
Is he BC or?
BC, yeah.
Really heavy.
Yeah, he's a younger goat, but he had rookie. He's got 9.25 inch horns. He's just a young goat, but he was heavy for what he
But do you think, knowing mountain goats, I mean, would he have gotten much longer or just put on
I
mass?
think he was put on the mass. I don't know if he'd get.
Yeah, 9.5 is top end for a
Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah, I mean, he was a young goat. He was probably a 2 to 3 year old goat. But, here I said BC, and it wasn't BC. It was Alberta. I was there with Frank Simpson in Alberta.
I never knew you could hunt him there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Pretty dang impressive.
But,
So you got some.
here's something interesting. My mother made this for me. She passed away a few years ago, but she made one of every one of my species, a quilt, when I got the Super Slam, and it's
Oh, that's
a
amazing.
picture of every one of them. So, but she's, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that from her.
She was proud of you, man. You can tell. That is so cool.
And I was really real happy that she put a lot of work into that.
No, that's priceless. Gonna give that to the grandbabies.
To me, it is priceless. Yeah. So.
Did your dad teach you to bow hunt?
Actually, he got me into hunting. He always liked to hunt, and I took it to a new level, and just like Matt's taken it to a new level. So, but it's just been in our family. I've got 9 brothers, and we all bow hunt. Just something we love to do. When we get together, we talk about it, and we can't even imagine our lives without bow hunting in our lives. It's been the glue that's kept us all together. So.
I'm telling you guys always impacted me with just how almost religious you are about it. It's so, you have so much respect for animals, and you're the ultimate conservationist. I mean, it's just so cool. What's some pearls of wisdom for a new bow hunter? Just what have you learned? I mean, you've been everywhere, you've done it all. What are some basic things?
Follow your passion. I mean, find out what your passion is. If you like it, a lot of people try it and they don't want to chase it, and other people just like yourself. I mean, Matt tells me you started just not lying.
No,
I watch your passion. You jumped into it with both feet. I mean, it's the life you want to choose. It's the direction you want to choose in life. And if you have a passion for the outdoors, that's the biggest thing about the hunting, is being in the outdoors. You know, I've been so blessed to go to Alaska, Canada, Mexico, all over the U.S. hunting all these animals, and the people you see, the country that God put here for us. He made this world for us to enjoy and appreciate, and that's the biggest thing you can get out of it. And if young kids want to get out there and chase it, just enjoy the outdoors for what it is. There's so many kids that are so unfortunate. They live in the city, they'll never see the outdoors.
No.
Anytime we can help and influence kids to get out in the country and see what God's done for us and give to us to work with, that's my biggest thing, just have them try and learn that world.
No, that's great insight. So Randy and I were just talking real quick about how archery has evolved, so give us a little feedback from what you've seen.
We were just talking about back in the early 70s when I was bow hunting, you know, top of the line bow was about 180 foot a second. Archery was the true definition of archery back then, and then we had many a conversation where we talked about rangefinders, you know, it's so critical. And we'd say, I'd pay $1,000 just to have a rangefinder that would tell me what the distance is. You know, the bows the new bows now are shooting 350 foot a second. It's
flat.
Evolved from what it used to be. And I just feel like I lived through the best years.
Yeah, you were pretty. There wasn't a lot of bow hunters back then, I'm sure.
No, when I started, there was very few bow hunters. Yeah, I'd killed a cow elk in Idaho when I was senior year in high school, and there's only one other guy that had killed an elk with a bow, and he was on the front page. And I mean, it was a huge thing. But
do you think hunters have gotten better?
Yeah, I do. Between equipment and everything, the way everything has evolved, they've gotten much better. Yeah.
Do you think it's harder to kill critters now on public land, though, as a result, because there's more competition? Or
more competition, but there's so many people coming up and learning, and I made a lot of mistakes learning coming up, and they're still learning those mistakes. And you know, you get the older experienced hunters, and I think their success rate is still pretty high.
Oh, well, you get it done every year, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about every year, but these younger kids, I want to help them and I want to teach them everything I can. I mean, if they can enjoy half the life and get the enjoyment I've got out of it, I want to help them. So, yeah, but it's a learning process, and it's just a neat world to be in.
Amen. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy dude. Matt said you got a lot on your plate with work and everything. So
yeah, it's been busy.
This is a trophy room that probably the coolest one I've ever seen, and so I'm grateful that everyone's going to be able to check it out. You've got an absolute legacy here, and it's very impressive. Are your boys fighting over who gets what, or what's the plan?
I think Matt wins on that.
Yeah. Matt will just move in, right?
Probably.
Yes, sir. Dad and Meth in the building.